Asempa FM Suni all talk all day. Ekosiisen Jumedi no asuguswa uti. The GJA Political Program of the Year 2019. Medin your say bonsu from Yobi. Make us say the Honorable Collins Uswa Mankwa MP Mensia North Constituency and Onassis Kobe, Deputy Regional Youth Organizer for the NDC in the Ashanti region. And in Pennyfoini, anyone Babidi and Koma focus as we begin our review of the 2020 elections. No, of course, a free a draw day and a yashas here, a din komo, and then we want to focus a bit more on the Ashanti region. In Pennyfoini, if the Ashanti region and Abba Onassis, me the Obashas here in the Ashanti region, we satisfied. Vote amunyaye.
Senior Mamin Chair with you. Say, me fast out the Fadia easy the tuja as compared to performance in 2016. Like I say, boy, with satisfaction, no, because me GDC we could have done more, and as the auditing goes on, we are seeking say be to me the touchma say obi wo hwe Ashanti region. In fact, yeah, going to 2020 election na MPP for abopo bi omo pa no mabo nyina ne say o say MPP nya 1.9 million votes.
1.9 million
votes, yeah. Okay. That was their projection.
Okay.
Now omunya 47 constituencies. And no criteria ma original chairman Eddie na kunya eden eto so. As we speak, we are yet to hear say we are resigning or resigning. But Saosha, the NDC for no, we remain tight-lipped. Now, you better say strategy better about it because of Shadin Hunu 2016 the course on it no. Not say this time around the strategy ne beba bonti. Ya kukondenara. In the end, you know, according to the EC, you know, 653,000.
Okay.
Votes representing 26.47%, or running up at 26.5%. MPP for in 1.795 million votes, which is 72%.
Okay.
Now, Obi, when say the young Jeremon is saying, so far as that when the body didn't come on, no mass some historical facts about the elections. You know, one thing was correcting is Iraq for, in fact, in a second term, when you're 52%,
okay,
which is higher than the Kufuado de Awenya. So it's not true, say, after 2000, will be anywhere in the second term when you're more than 51%. That is not true. Now, yeah, 26.4%. No. Obi, we share the data as we have it from the ECM. Obi, we say, anytime BNDC, it be 26% in Ashanti region, there is a straight win. Just check the data. We say in 2008, I reading you 26%.
Okay.
In 2012, you 28.4%. So they share in 2000 you lose you to go for you 22.5%. In fact, prior to that, 1996, you 32.8%. This time around, it mean 26.4%. So logically, we would say then what happened? My personal use absolute figures because it may be misleading to some extent because when you say the population is growing and then of course the difference between NDC, in fact 2016 it was the same 1.1 million votes difference. This time round, Russia NDC extra 155,000 votes in addition compared to the 2016 MPP rather got 148,000 votes less.
Okay.
To share 76% no nyano in 2016 no at about 72%. They've lost 4 percentage. NDC from 23% to 26.4%. Even with the figures I feel say if shemu ebe daddy say nyoma ekobon. We didn't do bad at all. So then the question is why? Because on no stronghold now at the basket of the votes, no. Yeah, to be what MPP for any time MPP does below 73% in election in Ashanti region, they lose out.
Yeah, that's a fact. In fact, anytime they get 74% or more, they win. in the case of the NDC, no, when the NDC gets between 26% and 28%,
it's a straight win for us.
It's a straight win. And depending on how other regions go, no,
exactly.
Sometimes you need 28%. Sometimes you need 26%.
Exactly. So the 28% happened in 2012 under JM.
Yeah.
Now, the minimum baseline here, 26%. This time around, you moved to 26.5%.
Yeah.
Made extra 155. In fact, the same seats, extra 1 seat. It will share more the ball in Ashanti region now. And it should reflect. Honestly, it should reflect. I don't think that on the face of it, then you start to question and say, what might have gone wrong? You understand the argument?
But is it not also because maybe in the other regions, no?
Performance, no?
The performance of the NPP against yours, no? Maybe the NPP did well, and it makes up for the increase now.
So it's a valid argument to make, but on the NDC discussion in Ashanti region, I can say performance. That's what I'm trying to say. So for me, when who numbers, even though now time and go into the specifics and those things, when the numbers came out, what I told at the coalition, what I said was that look, we should be winning this election. There's no way NDC should lose this election because I will share the trajectory now. It would defy logic for the NDC to lose this election. Rather than this is what we are seeing. This is what the EC in the face of error declaration, even as we speak, this is the real percentage MPP and the NDC with regards to the presidential because actually the calculation.
But that is settled, Anna.
Obi me expect though I did elective maths. It was enjoyable, so I still shy away from elective maths and mathematics. But we've had experts come to say, looking at the figures are easy at the above one. In fact, at the moment we have about 3 figures in circulation.
Yes.
Jenny Efa. Even the last one, no crana abana, reduce JM's vote by 1,000 plus. And how are we settling that issue? Because when you take the JN's votes as declared on the 9th and then that of 10th, now you realize that there's a difference. Meanwhile, Tamana Yisi, declare Maya on the 9th, the only outstanding constituency was the Techiman South constituency.
Yeah, Techiman South, yes.
So where from that shortfall, where from that addition, those ones need to be settled. At least for the purposes of your friend is an expert data gathering, because the discussing our only source is the EC. Or children will be by analysis of our NDC friends and Ghana electoral system here. They will need that EC data.
Yeah.
So we need to settle that confusion now.
But the other more in this discussion is without the NDC's own coalition results, no. This discussion becomes a bit difficult. Momo Kase, what is out there in Yanokre? But you've not provided us with any alternative.
It's quite unfair and very, very much unfair for you to even ask that question at this material point in time. Because in 2012, court, after this time, no be what is missing and what is not missing. In fact, it had to take them up to 28th of December before Omo reporters say the 1.3 million votes are not be accounted for.
Yeah, that was when they were ready to file the processes in court.
But then, and no moment now be to so on a matter of record, because you will need time to audit it as we speak. They are auditing it polling station by polling station. Don't forget, in Ashanti region, about 3,000 more polling stations were added. Yes, and Rebecca said, no, it was one good thing they did. Because I'm a process there, the A is smooth, so that's how come we were able to still record the 76% voter turnout. So, police station are very large. Now you need to find out, don't we have Ghost polling station? And you need to compare with the records that you see provided mine, because trust me, some of the police stations we got to know just a week to the election.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
In the back just you split your chim. At the polling station, you could tell we have a tuaba or the card and bands will be such a father metuaba. Near Chedi Sequa. So there were a lot of them. Monitoring.
I agree with the point, sir. You need time to do the auditing.
Yeah.
As we speak, Electoral Commission a year or more announcement on the 9th.
Yeah.
Yet Tuaba on the 7th. Between the 7th and the 9th, the NDC put together a coalition center of your own.
Of course.
Are you saying, sir, between the 7th and the 9th, Ayisi Bekasaya, no. Namu nim voter Monya in this election.
Obi, see, you would not need to rush into these things because, mind you, and then media will be a penny so maybe Johnson will not some kind of so NDC Lusu say yeah, a matter of record. In the next moment, you'll be in court and they will be referring to that statement now. No. So there's no need to rush. There's the need for the war per the constitution. No, he said you will have
21 days. In
so
the deadline, 30th.
Of course.
Yeah.
Then I say MPP 4 file on the 28th of December. We are still within time. Said yeah, probably I can't no. Share him say Yakupon Yadum. Na said the credit power or my remove panic sheni money. You be say John Mahama and the president of this country.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
They need to look at it one after the other. Mind you, and Santa Region and the entire country and also shim. Said the Beya or the Kokota.
But there are no dispute about Ashanti region figures, no. And
see, Obi, I will not be here to give out our arsenals. I know that I will not do. The experts are on it as I speak with you. Many time and call police station by police station. There were let's say in Adansa Sokwa. We realize the collated quality police station what we had. And this John Mohammed's vote was in short of 140 something vote.
Okay.
Rather, Nanado 16 more votes was added to him. You may say it's insignificant, but this is what on the spur of the movement now a buyer near and those are the things that we realized. We realized the same thing with was it Afijak? No, actually Kwauma. So there were little discrepancies. So right now the strategy is Shishem polling station by polling station. We are your calculation, yes, summation in an say, is it really the case? And only a recording word on the
way. But how do you react to Omuaeka say the party in pushing for presidential elections, some votes to be annulled, any adeno might not stand because our regional coalition now. There was a coalition sheet, party reps signing. And we've heard the name Broja Jemfi. I don't know if I also sign it, but I think Broja Jemfi and
I don't know what the
original coalition. He signed
with the team.
He signed that.
Yes. So what happened was, you see, once the bar, the EC, of course, you go to the constituency, then you compare. What issue you raise the issue, and that issue will come from your constituency election directorate, and that's whoever was represent the party's interest. Then we took the pink sheet, and so the summary on the recording the summary, you expect what is recorded on will reflect that he was satisfied with them based on that or because he had done it for the 47 constituencies. But you see, within that time, Obi, to be near that and go through because offer constituencies like Kwabri East, you are talking about 280 something polling stations. Some created even just a week to the election. So you will need time to go one after the other to find out was there no I don't know what we need all the 280 something pin sheets, to go through it all. Mind you, at the year and at the exercise, because the UC itself was also in a rush to declare within 24 hours now promising, which was not feasible. It also couldn't name one after the other. Now, without that benefit, we can just look on the face of the summary sheet, then accept or not to accept. But you will need time to audit polling station by polling station to see one, if there was no overvoting. The overvoting, realize how many registered voters and there was a polling station. Saying because even with the pin sheet nearby, once I say you see the constituency regional one also now, and also that summary aspect now or polling station by polling station or chiro to find out indeed the pin sheet from the polling station is the same recorded pin sheet on the summary sheet, and it's the same figures as recorded on the summary sheet. Signing and what's the way they? Now in Ashanti region, there's other issue. The issue is that you realize there's a vast difference between presidential JM and Nanado. compared to NDC candidates and that of the MPP candidates. The argument can be made to say they were independent candidates who took chunk of the vote, almost yebi. But then you need to ascertain what amount of votes and an independent candidate in other political parties never fire, such that the difference between JM and Nanado and then that of NDC candidates and MPP candidates amounted to 390,000 votes. What's holistic thing?
But my worry would be, sir, in the face of a party rep at the regional office signing that collation sheet without indicating on the form, say, you issue A or issue B, no? How would you reconcile? So, okay, you're bare auditing and who's saying a course, so, but we had already signed in the court and you're then or more in. I don't know, but those are issues. Maybe it's a Mudru court.
Yeah, but I'm not a lawyer. There can be a way through it. You know, they are making and say, Obi, by and large, in the Ashanti region, you're boy a humoding.
We need 4 seats.
Yeah, we need 4 seats. No, it would be say Jura, Aswase, any Drobons. And then no crowns from those seats near winning, you know, you realize, say, vote is a wide day. Yes, I mean, Mutaka won with 20,000 vote difference in Aswase.
2016, not difference. Yes,
it was just 6,000.
And as I watch him 20,000. Hey, sir.
And you know, what you say, your performance, lady, a course, constituency by constituency, averagely, and it was adding 4,000 votes. A place like Kwabri East, Kwabri East, and if Kwabri East gives Nanado MPP the highest vote in the whole of this country. This time, Nanado 86,000. We were able to have 24,000 as compared to like 19,000 the other time. And you know, still now, we think say we could have done far better than what we have now in Ashanti region. In the face of, and you see, Obienka Adiewi, your elections are cheap, especially in the Ashanti region. Not in 2004, not in 2000. In fact, 2008, Krana Omulu Sukrana, na year na. Remember I say, Era Kandapaye, the minister in charge of interior, you know, the kind of military presence at a Ashanti region, Obi, na and for me, but for that desperation, MPP for a person of to steal the mandate of the people. No, in what case? Why? You to a baby. Easy, make a declaration, and this is your party office. Yes, and ye did a home command here when you answer. Does it call for military invasion? I know you're dabbing now, can you? That was on the 10th.
This year,
maybe I will show you videos, I will show you pictures. And I mean, why in this country? Say, and to the extent that the military, no, when the Omoye say any, you know, so this is a picture of the military. This you see them. I mean, this is NDC, because I mean, yes, any idea.
Now, say, be omo patrol, and patrol.
Patrol, war zone. Then, what Baba Baby now for close to 5 minutes? What is it that you want? Intimidation. And some.
Okay, Meko Collins, one of my sign. But my final question to you would be, sir, some more yes are auditing way to prepare your case possibly for court. Some more challenging presidential, no, sir, constituency.
Amongst, you know, because don't forget, sir. Now JB Ekosiisen the press conference, and I don't also call demonstration.
That's my question.
But you see,
some more yes, why are you calling people?
Mr. Proud to the not going to court, not David Asante.
Yes,
I think Ofogwa Bonte. In fact, in Dome, some of them were calling say, market.
You condemn.
But have you done anything untoward?
Yeah, didn't. Moncophobia satires, assignment, and all of.
See demonstration, tie burning. To the extent that you don't destroy properties. What property don't destroy?
So you are destroying.
You can say you are obstructing your traffic.
Yes.
But I mean, does it call for military presence to the sense of to the sense of what military then goes on quiet then? Then you are a friend say or my mercy. Then let my vote count.
But you condemned it. You don't have to.
No, but we have not even done 5% of what they did in this country. The kind of insults this ordinance that was at a baby of visiting on Ghanaians. We have not done yet. Maybe and not people feel we are cowards, but trust me, or bacha will be no, see, no, because I know we say peace. Yes, I don't want to be peace. Sabi Nana Akufo-Addo be president for 4 years. Your team say your team. But justice must be served. You are Mahama. And your first time we lose election you. Alright, president Krano to be jail. When he was president, when he could have done anything at all, or jail, not when he is opposition.
But that is where people accuse you, sir. The easiest thing to say, they say, election, about one based on what? You've not proven that. And you're just putting...
Me say, because, yes, of course, you want to see that. I'm saying, wait, la. You wouldn't speak out of the vacuum. Trust me, you are talking about a former president. In fact, you are talking about some MP, why vice president, why former president. So you will not be talking to an ordinary Onassis to say.
Onassis, my Honorable Collins Owusu amankwa ho emra na afei mesanso abahobio. Honorable Collins, enti Ashanti region, from where you sit, meaning say will play a critical role in this election. Ewo Ashanti region, security ne nioma e course wo. Ose mo be intimidate won poto, e di soldier for baby a aden.
That's it. Ni akonya mame magana fo nyina aju. Na me nchi Asante man omutie yen ewo osekro me chia obibia na ma menua Onassis so mesre no o he analysis ana o ye na is being selective na emwa on say Drew asawase we won by this margin drop on so otie ekoye man dia ba bi osu say ho de omunya against in there no highlight ho la why now that no o studio why na mo dada om one breath yajitum in another breath yanyintum suban be ni let me put it on record say ohun military officer say ye to aba omo ka bambo ho a we nya die dikan
Asempa FM.
And even under our current democratic dispensation, there's something ye beto ababia ye disi ho e babam bonsem wa friend on National Election Task Force. Enti lead agency no Ghana Police Service, which is the mail law enforcement agency. Now your allied security forces are almost joining including military and as army no prisons. Immigration, fire service, yes. Omunyina abua. It is all betina now painting picture beat say for the first time. And on mine no ye hunu bibi say ya not just say you are not being fair and sincere to listeners and viewers are almost here on Facebook. And you know, me who dream make a crime meet me near Onassis. So analysis be na wo ye. Military GIS omu nyina ba beboa ma bambo no ejina brane. Of course. My member regional chairman Abaso Ashanti region. Chairman Bernard Ntwibo Asiako, chairman wontumi. And His Excellency Edward Boatin penifo bebre including a majority leader Roa omu nyina obia di ne ho hyemu ema ne course. Of course I was in charge. Me one colonel be in charge of security for the party in the region. And met me against su dia say elections we ye elections ye we na Asante Mantem ye ntimi record any single incidents of violence bia elbe bia nti ye mu bi ni de ne mpanifo mo keka ho nyina no omada ye ase me gitum say abato no so no said ye siko ye no enye ye nko na ye di ho adanse ECOWAS for di ho adanse Kodeo di ho adanse you for the one dance. I mean, both international and local observers ba ye nyina. Obia say this has been the most peaceful and credible elections. Enti say adanse die nyina ekoso. Say me better na make say Collins dey young people ni. But dance here when nyina ekoso. Now say still Ora Mahama ene Mampanyi da Mahama any eminua wo nases mo say omo njintu mo ntiase a eyo masem. Look, Ashanti region yeto aba no na aba na yeto ye no onse na oka bibi say oh na NDC geni na emumu no ye vote say conform e ma crowd supporting no at a point in time say oh statistics na clearly say NDC timinya above 26% then e was say elections no more winning no theory ben echire was
they say anytime they get between the trend shows anytime umunya between 26 to 28% they win the election. That's the trend.
That cannot be factual. Ever since we ushered ourselves into Fourth Republic, practicing multi-party democracy. Yeah. Check the late former president John Rawlings. Check your records. No, and you know it defies ourselves now. Oh, please, Mr. Me pacho. What can say me say? Fourth Republic as someone can you know? And to me so me wow. Check the records.
No, but so no can say from 2000 ever. And the records support that from the year 2000.
Them kwada isua de. Oh, you can so musua niam bebre o. Anything na me ba me person educate you nkra no mu te de ekọ. Enti let's say asem na cannot be factual. Based on established records. Please. And I may say from 1992 records no nchiresa. Oh, please. MPP and contested 1992 elections.
The parliamentary
1993 and contested elections. We boycotted. Exactly. And not just say yanko elections. Please. 1996 yanko elections.
96 moko.
MPP yanko elections. So what are you telling me? Masreo. Me pacho, Mr. Check 2012 presidential elections. Yeah. Number of votes are Ora Mahama na di sem kunim sa elections no or the beating the parliamentary candidates. Please, who better now we argument. Credit some of us with some level of intelligence. Because as some now who can say won't hear say na Akufo-Addo e votes across the parliamentarians no.
Onanses mani why me.
Onanses Mr.
O kasa not here.
O kasa na my say samine na meti ha.
Oh yeah, you get your opportunity.
No, NDC for no na. So one will say me punch you almost na no more almost this almost friend. Say you nya na for almost friend me. Oh dem me chen. Enti asemo. Oh, me pacho. Mr. Menia.
Okay. Bibi abe fine.
Omo ha me. Badum no.
Good.
Good. Eti Ashanti region. Ya tu aba ni wie ye no. Ehunu se enipa dodo no ankoto aba no. Na nipa dodo no ma ankoto aba no. It cuts across the whole Ghana. Almost 4 million voter population and 90 million ankoto aba no. So Ashanti region over 500,000 statistically and I mean say na was nkomo nyina pie kokoto aba reasons ni dey omo na betima den achire but at the end of the day aba asanteman etoma ye no eno na die gina ba bi egina. So we are most grateful to the people of Asanteman
on Asempa FM.
Omo gina yachi eji aban ni si ho say na Akufo-Addo santena so bio as a result of good policies, projects, programs or they ato ho amaye. Enti ye wie no na ye koti NDC no say NDC so ma ho den pa no elections we mu na Asanteman e de to so mienu o. Votes omo nya na Ashanti region no. Yes. Eti ye wie no and ye koti ti go
na they even got more votes in Ashanti
than even in Volta region. Yeah. Yes, and American. Oh,
Volta no, of course.
Separate regions.
This is separate regions.
Separate regions, Mr. Yeah, educated public enti me pese be kan ye ma bi abomo me patch up so na me chedo. Eti no na me kaza Ashanti region na powerhouse no. Because votes o munya ne ho no. E do so che do munya ne Volta region. But votes Ashanti region de ma MPP no. E no so timi ko cancel region makomako enkono. Ama bi sakechiri. At least kwa kwatini nyina film na out of 140 something thousand votes no. regions nyina including OT voter region ne regions NDC baby a ne de kan nyina no Ashanti region ko twa mu be 9 regions ema still na bi votes ni bi say gu akire. It's about popular votes. The whole Ghana one constituency about presidential elections on se menua unase se kasa no wentimi an challenge baby a obi koti bi di so na Akufo Addo tie so o speculative analysis se si e wose o de nya abotre oba che adwaye a na wo ye ne hu yie nya sa no kai no siesie no anase wo ye ne hu yie sa ben what ben ase
na osiesie no
no osiesie no yeah ba so oba che adwaye na wo ye ne hu yie so na tese osiesie no me ho ba na nya oba bia so na o chere adwaye a na osiesie ne hu yie obebo kra be ko no o ya de foforo etimi sre don't go there adwenboni aba o mampanyin da datrim ora mahama enti o hwe se de wasi ahye ne mrante ne maba wa ne kutupa se mun komontene so mun tenti incontestable victory na Akufo Addo ne saka no na odia munye victory no na se nkunudie no mungu hu fin enti eno ho adwuma no mu if not na asisi o baby a enye nti na yesi court asem dibia eno yakoka ni street so na nyamukro ya na mo kya ye se ye wonsem ka ye fan court afemate so mo nkrofo ni bi kika including omo national leadership ne say oh omo ni gidie wo court nim nam say na the Ghanaian court na say 2012 nye the same court na na wo ho ene ye di asem ko dan ye na yera atuguba ka kire ye say election is won at polling stations it ye kwa ne ye kwa ye adwumaden polling stations ena ye di nkunim 2016 ye hunu say elections no is won at polling stations eno nti na ye kwa ye agents ye ka kire omo vigilance say mamu na hwe NDC agents enam aduane say de omu si di different no ye eni abra ye kire yam kom say ye fi ye ni aye hwemu no I was in charge of security o na me ko bia aduane me ka baby ba kwakwa na o ma bro mo awache because of awache nti no waja ora mahama votes wo ama o ma mehwem na uwie na ba be ka kire ye say yen momu no yen fa ye pinches mamo mo wi amasan enante returning officers so say omo ni presiding officers omo mfa collection city ni sheet ni momu emmamo tie ni you on say tachima sa to mo ko ye ni say no like Ashanti region ya wie no collection center na ya wie no ya kenkan ya bato no open counting akoso nyina ya wie na ya de aba collection center no omo wie no omo say bisa omo crofo ni say na pinches ni way ade no so ya de share wonsa e wo police station na che say NDC ye ill prepared but unim enije bia ba ma komam because omo na say mra no mo promise say omo besi mortuary ne sa okada ni ade no mu nim say bia no crowd votes bi say beba omo adwi nti ye ho de no ena aka wo omo no omo ye say o ena enkonwa no ye nya say enkonwa yi yen adana nwumre na no ni akoleti awie baby na ya outstanding dispute so no nya na yenim oh please adana nwumre no yen ni akoleti awie ni enim number of seats ayenya the whole Ghana Ashanti region na me wo collation center at the regional party any strong room I was operating from strong room and at the same time operations room and also a collation center enti na ye hunu ya ho odin awie wa baba betina ha kan say onti ase say na Akufo Addo vote say kosoro wo so ti aso say formina independent awene enya formina nko other places say independence ebi nyinya ebi meboa eti no e was say oh yeah proper analysis e was say wo fast afo ni nyina votes o talia now they aka your winning ye no ho na wo wi na what strike here we say in terms of disparity no any presidential votes no so ye ne yesen ba wonti me ma meja me ya this banner argument say onti ase say omampanyini votes no ekosoro omampanyini popular amanfo do omampanyini because wo hwe omampanyini adwuma e de man na wabo adwuma na over 500,000 votes over 500,000 votes o see saafo no omo de asoso no obi wanya 6 million obi anya 6 million ye wie obi nipa empimo ahenum ni akire esoso se ye de o mampanyen no ye ne de executive powers ni ma constitution is say 50+1. So it tells me say adie no cry you close et say there esi the late Professor J.E. Mesa Bresona enka NDC for the say be omo de atutra sembeba because ko make so monti ase ba ye bi asi ama ye ya ji atum na anya bia no NDC for no person omo chese omo kokromoti ne omo de ye tu ne de e wanana ana omo ye nipa chen ye CSOs no mon kan kire NDC for say atutra sem no se na me kamenua otuko no hwe sa esamoni ye bekoso nyina on se ono no obegina wa hyeche kokko bi no afe ne se adan amumi ye kokko mumi ntisi montene eno na hye omu kutupa and I was worried because me share TV na me hu no na me say abranche we have known him over the years say be me student politics because ye ja man come with emane be JC a president and I respect him for that but the ban semonia odin semoni cha abranche bi amini bi eto obegina na me say there be akwai ko pento kwa ba ojitum say abato na nko mu favor sami jamfi mu gina ho mu nyina ato wo so omu nyina gina omu nyina gina on ato wo so ohwe onasis mu nyina na adra de no onim say omodi ncho inse say mo be ka kire mo chitafo say oh ye pese ade owura mahama e ba bio yes de ne beko eno na ye masem na emom no say ye de ne beko na ye ma efonfo ni hu say ye wia no ye hwan na wia no na ye bisa say opanyini o si ye wia wa hene fa na ye wia wo ye pese ye hunu police station almost ye wia owura mahama omo fa ho dance yemra ne yesu fa ho dance yemra time ye collation na ye friends and true for ne ye kire mo figures say police station ye nyawe no and this for evidence mra e dey na no moka o kai me nua oduko no choboy DJ my nyom so who dem eche no na say yet wiase na wo nipa ko we mu so mpeso mo be manage Ghana. It tells you the kind of problem o man ni benya say ya to aba wie electoral commission body constitutionally they are mandated say omo na wo so omutimi e conduct supervised elections e say declare results omo do omo no sem aba e die bio e fi achi nya abofo no
who declare no nche say omu ni ho asem ka omo ho asem ka they have to
this court ye settle no no ultimate for common sense me common sense in ka say obi abebo amane na utie wo mon common so here say omo be ka kire yen say abuotia polling station that time no omo cho no obi be pim NDC ni bi free ho hey a whole political party rely on hearsay. Are you being serious?
Honorable Collins, always said, let my vote count was to show our evidence to the people. We demonstrated only when we wanted the register changed. Kindly correct Onassis on this one. Mami Efia Akoto, Deputy Maslock CEO, and on the way, Abba. We said, greetings and good day to all. Ghana is the beacon and the gateway of democracy in Africa. Let all do well in consolidating the peace and tranquility we are relishing in this country. Okay, if any party to elections 2020 are of the perspective that the EC rigged the elections and subverting the will of the citizenry in favor of the incumbent, the aggrieved or disgruntled party can resort to the laid down legal processes to seek redress, to reverse this travesty. Elections are won at the polling stations. Gosmelo, Ewa Dansoman, Wesley Grammar, and Odiwe Abrain. Thank you, Obi. Good afternoon. This one says that I think it is about time the NPP government took a look at the election results and saw that Ghanaians need the government to recover all that was stolen from the people. Prosecution should start immediately. On the other hand, those burning ties on the street should know that they are destroying our roads. Government will have to look for another money to fix them. The military and the police should take action against them. George Ni Okaitei, Ewo, Chicago chapter of the NPP. Okay. In the Ekumfi fire, Good evening to you. Charles Nyamewa Saman Kese. And he says, Ghanaians at the polls on December 7, 2020 chose John Mahama to lead this dear country of ours for jobs and prosperity. Until the sacred will of the people is upheld and respected, some of us won't stop demanding for justice from all legitimate avenues. Good evening, Obi. Good evening to you too, Charles. And thanks for coming through with your message. Where's Obi? Did I hear the NDC rep talking about possible overvoting in the Ashanti region? But I thought in 2012 election petition, the NDC spearheaded by General Mosquito, described overvoting as foreign materials in the ballot box. So when did the tide change? Kabiesi in Sekendi would want to know. Enoch Inyan Ewa Kaswa, he says the NDC should collate their results signed by their agent and let us know if it's different from what the EC declared. This simple work to the NDC as a party cannot do.
Ekosiisen
that's from Inyan in Kaswa and all the way Abba. Let me go back now for Yemfa any other business. Onassis, may say about hobby.
Senior.
Yes. Any other business?
Yeah, they are making you say Ghana phone come to me. Abane de ye nyina nim say Mahama fa. The aka say justice will be served. And of course, Ubia, you say, when you go to war, to win a war in the sense of contest, to win it, and yet it's not on a silver platter. Yeah. You have to struggle for it. And it's one phase of it. Obiantias, say, demonstrating, going on advocacy, whatever it is, any form of protest, so far as say, emfa. In your it's allowed. Allow us to do our demonstrations, allow us to protest in due course. And many drew, that's what I say. What I've said is on record. MPP went to court on the 28th of December. After doing all the advocacy, doing all their demonstration here in 28th of December, I'm called court. Here, and then say
on
15th. So, all you see MPP has even a yardstick. We have 30 more days to go. So we are going through that. In Ashanti region on the 20th of December, Yewa Mahama, Chema Kotechiman South. Ye de mumume ebe shiano na ye protested today, and then the women's wing nice protest in Ashanti region. There was no BAC, BBNC. Ye be koso. I know that their planned demonstrations are. You will roll them out. At least.
And the protest, the end game for the protest is to do what? To
the
get
end game is, you see, now Yera Collins, he was talking about the media, the civil society, the moral society. Look, I was so sad, Obi, a statement from one of the Christian bodies. And all that they were questioning was, MOB said, party atade, Emma, sorry.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Adeng.
Obi, when people are being killed, shooting, we have seen videos, pictures of some of them. This moral society ain't to me sorry because they say stop the killing.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Rather, metadia meshakwa sorry. It's what matters. If in the church room, at the seat of your friends, God, we can't tolerate these things. They even need to tolerate it. Is that what we are questioning about? When people are being killed, soldiers were all over the place.
Asempa FM.
Now you, Omodi, sa and someone say. I mean, Obi, you didn't Ghana for. There be the one reason I can't say Ghana there. It's going to be a man say I need the unknown echo. This is not the first time you have to bury a polling station, a coalition center, nipa bodompi, ye exchanges. But what the muya yanma treat you? Pepe. Muya yanma for vigilantes. I mean, where are we getting to? And no, any person, the media, the civil society, the moral society should rise up against. Because edu baby are the oppressed. What's the general Kabibi? What's the bullet? A name say that we don't wish in a woman. That we don't want it. But somebody want to move to you, and yet they page to you.
Ekosiisen
On
on Asempa
yes,
FM.
Anna. And you'll be an obey present to that extent. Obi, yeah, should be and no, and yes, the election is free and fair. Why? 2012, all observer groups, like I said, there was free and fair election. Yes, a free fair. But you will say election
Asempa FM.
and yet just an event. Okay? And yet they now that climax of it, you are baby. But process leading to registration, exhibition, voting, counting. In fact, the most critical aspect when the results are being collated.
And that's why Muninamu agent
And one sooner, Obi, you didn't go with guns. Yeah, agents say one for guns and one for macho men. Rather, this government brought in macho guns. They brought in military armed.
But the elections task force said you can't want seminar.
Security officer. Obi, who be here? What can I say? Kede Japan, ebe accuse Ira Kandapa. After 2008 election, the accusation you say, Emuya dena what's it called order the military to step in, you know, or can the security break it down to they would have wait say at that point in time, but you see, the security has always been the last resort. It's not gotten there.
Asempa FM.
To the extent say, one to send this Libya treat you. To the extent say, one to say the anti-robbery counter one other units are equally trained like the military, no, were unable to fight or to calm down the situation. No? What's the need for the military? That the military, the least provocation is shooting the party says you shoot more. And you saw that in Techimasa. How come say he also? See, and then BBI
Asempa
to my every say he also. And then BBI na MVP to me winning say he also seats. Now I can talk about say he also and this is win with over 30,000 vote difference. And then say he also obian say he also constituency. When you do assignments to say he liar and when you know this is strongest sold. How come say your ballot boss a call college that constituency not much woman for papa? How come? In the end, this should have recruited macho men. When you had all signs say play vigilantes this election. I think say, oh yes, Anna, they are who you say in the next election, who the arguing be air to the party. And we should be very careful. See, I share and tiadi about no pina money eguso. In fact, it had to take the NDC to force some of the media houses to speak, to even show videos. Oh yeah, because we require 2016 there. We require a fake, a range country. And
the other, back to my question, sir, the demonstrations name March also you women's wing here. What is it intended to achieve? Somebody achieve
Obi bine Alice. Obi what is your massacre? The international community is watching. Say, oh yeah. So we are drawing home the fact to say elections no man. Then demonstrations is allowed. Then, when leadership sit down, now Omo agree on the next line of action for the entire party. We go with it. But we are per se who say they are killing, and they are killing women. Don't forget, say a man who be a cat. In fact, MP for Jomoro.
Asempa FM.
MP led for Jomoro. Ni fee attacking the fee. Now share the extent of hammer. Oma koson ni petty, ni petty. When they see Keta MP. In fact, several of our MPs are being attacked.
By who?
By attacks from the MPP.
How did you know that?
Why? They live with them in the community. Some of them are brought. And of course, why would an NDC person attack an NDC person when election is even over? Simple logic.
Internal issues can breed
for what?
And
the only internal issue will be Hubsandoye to threaten the MCE. That will be the only internal. The only internal issue will be for Kumi of Venice saying to attack Amasi verbally. By NDC, we don't have any internal issue. And these are people who are cutlasses with guns. Obi, I don't think you need to even question me on these things because there are pictures, there are videos to show.
I've seen pictures of people injured. I've not seen pictures of somebody holding
There
cutlass.
be videos. There be a video cry. You could see from the video, no, from the rooftop. Maybe anybody shoot you, where people are running, scatter, people attacking them. AC yen chaso. Na karika where we need election. We are. Who now says where we need election? One, we want to mean jubility, and then it's have to take the general secretary to order say almost a 10 year if any say celebration party to say why we're in a certain with them when they wanted Omoko to celebrate and so want to be celebrated.
Really?
Oh come on! I drove through the street of
videos are you
now the Saturday there.
What we Bantama High Street now or him interview live
Bantama High Street. And on any the Christmas on the Kohede because Bantama High Street quadri.
No, make on the night of the declaration.
Me say Bantama High Street quadri.
It was crazy.
Obi, what the Bantama High Street quadri. Now say quadri na confusion be Ekosiisen one of the spots I walk on now. And I mark military for cry no Ekosiisen down those spots e ma omonya yibi. Like Bantama High Street. That's a be 2 o'clock you could be about peso. I drove to Kumasi, drive to friends say Crowfroom, Menam, Bantama Street, Ekoya could pie Mamponte.
In also Bantama is one who almost
be missing over the bad and go for I didn't Kumasi. You didn't quite Kumasi for but deeper than the water from. Nipa the water from. On ordinary day on water from, no does say Bantama Street. Missing the part ordinary day on water from. Ewoko patase no. Omo doors will say omo no Bantama High Street. Why? I was driving through Araga coming through.
Wait, live videos and who from him interview and they
told me say Bantama to send a man MPP. They voted out 60,000 plus a man MPP. But we never do 2,000.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Do 2,000.
Collins now.
And no one that said job what you say. Because they know true to their hearts. No meaning say about to nankasa na akoso no. Emu ahwere.
Collins.
Chrono.
De nyame ne beda na se o. Se waje aban papa ya se si ho amaye. Na se de na menua o nasis. Na nuguso o kan se NDC
FM
very very unpopular efa sefim potemo ho nyina nti o onti ase se adentina is MPP win areas ho nyina na ono agaza gitum emra yera Jeko for MPP aban ye de free spraying for cocoa farmers e ba ye na omo ba ban mu NDC for ba ye ebe yi sa program ni free ho no ema ye nuanom sefifo no and important ho nyina ehunu se MPP mum adwene wo mo ho eno nti eho do enti no mo gina so e de to abama ye emre ya me ne wo kasai enti but me ho adwire me oni se NDC MP elect is avelugu no oni se police for akwa fa AK47 e wo ni fie ni office go oni se police for no air no na central for the bibia video nyina ho good because the matter is under investigation intino me pese metina na me make any prejudicial comment but I know say NDC for to trafo omoti wo mugu montene so no obi say me dem wa asante mantem ebi mo maybe mu dwane ekro mo pabo akro mo hu ba bia na gugu kra me na me ka kire o bonso ye mo mu dwane ena esa mo mu dwane ye wo de ko kwabere East constituency ho o fa bosore ho a o mu dwane papa ne esa ko yire wo mu e wo mu taka kire ho boban
o mu free hin na bai
NDC fo na kwakọ fo mo bi mu kuta ponkodua ena chese wo mo di se bidie na egu o mu hu wo hwe kaka motobi uhu ba bi o mu free o mu hu sent pa me se enkrofo no di bo wura kumase no ba ye momo dantem ye temi wo mo wo ba betina ha e penti picture bi se an ena ye mumu ne intimidate mu for den wa bra to trafo wan kasa gitum se mo party no wura mahama kache se base unleashing violence there eni omo ye second to none party bia no obetimi de no atoto wo
on Asempa FM
and then in the course so metimi akansi su dua se on the polling day no from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. no incident bia no esi ye say obi we. Let me put it on record. Post election violence was some now Canadian the member hobby. But I want to put it on record. About 1 year to Nasumje, Obi Timin can't me say Ghana ha year to abano during a voting process no. Obi who kind. After say declaration na ban na NDC for no so omontiase omo kwakoto to abode abo electoral officials no. Ana bambofo ni se mun komochi.
And we will cut a Chiman South.
We cut a Chiman South there no. And other places. Ya declare we no. I feel no more to trust it.
Asempa FM.
Na a whole electoral officer on office. Now NDC. National executives. Any penphobia in charge of their operations. Now must storming the panel office. Intimidation ben any harassment ben etisa. Na mujina ni panel so more recording no. We can we now we can we.
Ekosiisen
electoral officer
Asempa FM.
being sanctioned by the constitution say onye adwuma say infama on mine no. Ade asem na mo ka kire no. All because Ura Mahama we enti munti ase. Mo de neighbor 2024 very poto. Eno kra de why ho kra ohun ba bia se bi. Na ni so because esi ano we minua analysis or na it tells you say they are still in the state of illusions. And I think say they should wake up from their slumber. Mun sorry, mother. Because the reality is that ya to abana wie bibia no ebesesa. Eti wo say 28 MPP call 28 enti yes so ye beti agumontene so ye 28 ye kokko te wasem. MPP ni ben enemra ye kohia mu wo obra sport no uhu se o hyetai ashaiman mo totobo efa tai na motion innocent Ghanaians abrewa bako ne kukusu se pan ebo adenya NDC to trafo no ena montene so hwede si watamale omo hyetai no ma fa mu ewia chobafo no almost ya kronfo so sa kan ho e say no so no yetimi mamra no ni omu di because you see the first is your democratic no me can say that be omo organizers no omo namu nyina no na omo di ngusie ni bring krofo no omo pese omo lutu krofo eti ya betena ho ama yetimi ama krofo ya ba be homegrown a terrorist in this country.
Asempa FM.
NDC as a party media medical call on IGP said the time is now to defend the constitution of the country. Ghana for Tuaba. Ya chira the executive power share in terms of informal government. They have no businesses on being on the street. And this is only business bia. Because abano emuda ho. Abana yeto ye no. Baby amosi esisi mu no. Ebesi na mo famra. An yeti say we sisi. Yaba betena kromu ha ama yen ye doso MPP yen ye doso yen na Ghana for do na, and that is essence of democracy. That is the majority decision. Ghana for do na say MPP for na yato abade amaye na mu ye kuma no ba parliament yen konwa ta doso chen mo no minority party no mo say mo ntiase na yen na Ghana for do na to abamaye no yen ede na pese yenye
Ekosiisen on
Asempa
FM.
Sir, we have a president or a very thoughtful and tolerant. Entino, the Ekosiisen na mampanyine say, wo de munya botre enya hwe enkunimdie no Ghana for e de abotre na aboyen. Government ye focus. Ruling party ni so ye focus. Esan say yen na ye manage the affairs of the country. And investment wo de NDC foot soldiers. Any MPP foot soldiers esi ho a ubehunu say MPP foot soldiers aye more investment in this country than NDC. Enti no omusu ban nyina ya sa oban na
e wo kwan ben so
na bra me ka brabo e wo Ghana ha e bra me ba onasis tie NDC for adwene eye Tresem me say Tresem King Solomon Emra Obano. Oh, Onassis Mistro, Onassis. Me say the kind of Obia want the country at heart, you know. Hey, Obia, Ghana, Edana Kumaso. Obia, Ghana, Edana Kumaso. Me say, Metinachia, me who say Ghana, the MPP for Akumaso, NDC. Because I didn't know, you know. You are perpetuating violence and also disturbing the peace of the country. So let me tell you anything. Say, you see, you're too a berry. What is your problem? You're too a berry.
Your microphone is off.
You're too a berry.
Let him finish.
Me say you're too a berry. You're making declaration, and you are telling me, say, Abana Ghana for don't want to know. Yantumu. Abana Ghana for don't want to know my journey. Ehunya. Nemo no Ora Mahama no. Oh please.
Tobo Oria, you have your time.
And you know make a Bible mo asem no. Oni Solomon no mo dia akoda no kochire no. Oba ba ko ni se o ye nchani mu mienu. Ye kunu no obi afa half na mo ye nyina. Ba ko se da bi. Yama ne tena si no nyankwa. Na onyina obeye mfaso de de amoman no. Oni Solomon hunu se maami we e wa abadaye between MPP ni NDC. Adwene da yitim no. Eno na make ne ne. Se MPP e wo the nation at heart. MPP for a junior or mine. And not in a year wo kromu ha NDC for winning election with little over 23,000. Yeah, because na yetisu.
Ekosiisen on
that na yetisu. Nan kasa de wo kan no see abuse incumbency. Nan kebet me because first one another led by more than 100,000 votes. First one 2008. So na meche no. Now crowd look at her banner argument omo ye say oh ya nkonya dos nti ye nkonya dos automatically e o say presidency near there knowing very well say 2008 ye call election Nana Akufo na presidential no leading over 100,000 na nkonya NDC for na there na dos. Yes, so had it not been the run offer ubetima catch say na nado winning here no say they need 50 plus 1 ka ba ka say won tiase. Is that your mindset?
Okay,
look at this ugly mentality say Abano. I was a policy for not Mamuhunu say, look, yay, demonstration no, but the public order at the diso, ye bibia, media the can say, Onasi City we say, were very stubborn. It is as I not going to say, Obetia Guabontini, now obet disturb the peace of this country. Well, maybe Casso Bianfa Abamono, because Eminia. Nemu muno montia emra no tie no pa okromu ha
mate mame na se Onassis meba ho na Hopson adoye ese Onassis kasa no bo ne din ewo mu nti obese o chip in something briefly. Hopson adoye parliamentary candidate for the NPP Okpon Katamanso in the just ended election. Hopson akwa abana apom to say
Video so many, but that's bebre.
Na ose udin ba yen komo imo pese o clarify bibi kakra me ntio.
Obe wa wutie no, wote ne kra say o ka say matrete me MC. I want to praise on record say it's not true.
Asempa FM.
Me and threaten me MC. What happened is different from what he's saying. What you say? Eti be pese obia eti sa ye na propaganda man for ye news portal be na just o check here who baby a news portal free and what threaten so be kunu ne kai ka hono. It's not true. It's never true. Eti mempese obe mention me I can't say nibium because for kasa nibium I will sue him for him to provide where me say me threaten me MC eti mpese sadie way aye clear on asempa me mpese me call into the nitty-gritties of whatever
Ekosiisen
on
Asempa FM.
Wouldn't send ye metie eti Mr. Wa sade ne yifru wa no
Hobson, me and Nasi, BBN, a best in Comobio. Why?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Hobson Adoye and Moten and Kano. Parliamentary candidate NPP Pong Katamanso in the 2020 elections.
Yeah, I'm very happy, say. You know, Hobson. But the point is, Susie.
You know why? You know why? Me who story no man doubt no. Hobson Kuya and Obechi Donko Fuseni. About Bunwo, Kesben FM. About book don't go send no Kesben FM. Is he? Who that can trust him? That's a very insurance. May I show the dependent here than American Chowa. And they come history. But men fair no so me justify be. Me say, and me one was me read the portal no. When I read the story, and me one because why be that? We got the name physical sort too. Oh, your friend say Kesben FM.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Who to trust him? Who to trust him? Is he? See, you have lived with electoral violence. Who chief? Collins anything electoral violence. Collins it was even internal political union. As to GB for organizer. Who GB for organizer? Who by GB for regional chairman? Ofoyata asuto my boy Bakati no mention. Doesn't happen. Ekosiisen. It's what mention. Me mechanical. We just mechanical. Internal politics. Hold on. Internal politics. Uji asuto wum. What you no want to mean some? What you want to say? Oh, primaries. No. Even your primaries. Even your personal. You bought power chewa. You bought power chewa. Now we say. Ujana we say. You bought power. So be the minimum. Yes, politics. Yes, you understand what you say. Yes, you bought power chewa. Now what's here? Mr. Asutro. Asutro, you want to be if you organize our. What GBF original chairman what GBF well the election do parliament first one and to question the re-election into question now so I also say then